Understanding your shape helps you to love your shape, and it has to do with understanding the lines of garments and of your body. Horizontal lines, vertical lines, dark colors, lighter colors, the style of the garment. All these things are key to embracing your shape. Ladies, be bold and brave and try something new. Hi ladies, my name is Marinda Aucamp and I'm a wardrobe stylist, and it is my passion to show you that what you have in your cupboard today and the size that you are today do not have to keep you from having fun with your clothes, looking good and expressing your personal style. Today I have Anel Marx here to help me. She's my style buddy model, and we are going to show you that if you understand your body a bit better, you can look great. Hi Anel, thanks for helping me today.
Let's do this.
Yes, we're ready for you. Ladies, as you can see from our shapes, we have very different shapes. So my shape has more contours. You can see that my waist, my rib cage goes in. It's a bit more narrow than my shoulders, and then my hips, my thighs, even my bum, my hollow back goes in. So I have a curvy shape. I must understand the lines of my shape. Anel's shape is more straight. She has straight lines. I'm a pear-shaped woman. Anel is a rectangle. Everyone who has a bit of a tummy or a bit of a tube, you can follow all the guidelines today that I give to Anel, because those same tips will work on your shape. Hourglasses can follow the same tips for my shape. They must just be aware of their shoulders. I'll explain that later. So the rectangle has a straight rectangular upper body. Anel's rib cage is wider than my rib cage. My hip bone is lower than hers. So if I lift my leg a bit and I follow this line here up to there, there's my hip bone, and it's quite far from my waist. Whereas Anel, if you lift your leg, there's Anel's hip bone, there's her natural waist. It is just that much apart, whereas mine was like that. So that's already a guideline. Be aware that darker colors are slimming, as you can see now. So you might look at us now and say, oh, but you both look great, so why are you even considering your shape? It's because the dark colors slim. And our leggings, well, mine's much thicker than Anel's. Anel have straight legs, which look great in a light color and a dark color. But my more curvy legs with quite a bit of a padded knee looks better in a dark color in pants. Just note our necklines as well. So this is a round neckline. This forms a V, but it's actually a wrap top. So the V is always more flattering. So when we're going to talk lines, we are going to look at necklines, at where does this line end, where does the top end, what are there any hems or seams that actually draw the attention. That's what we're going to look at. We're going to look at shoe colors. So note that we both are wearing white sneakers, and that's actually elongating. It actually makes our legs look longer. As you can see, we are now playing around with color, dark colors and light colors, so that you can see how different we look when we had the other outfits on, our leggings and our t-shirts. So on a pear-shaped woman, light color in pants widens our already wide part here. So when you take the lines of your body shape into consideration, just think and look, where is your widest part? My widest part is here. Anel's widest part is here. So white actually widens even more. And now with black shoes, both of us are wearing black shoes, we are chopping off our legs just there where the shoe starts. So that little bit of leg that you're seeing in both our cases is actually quite unflattering. So again, you see the small part of the pear-shaped woman, and now the wider part that is enlarged. And this is even made smaller because it's dark. Anel's legs are her asset, her most beautiful shapely legs. And now the dark color enhances that, makes it even smaller. and the white of this top widens a little bit here where it is wide. Although this is a very flattering top for a rectangle and an apple-shaped woman, especially because of the V. When you see a V line, it draws your eye down the middle of the body and it cuts it in two without you knowing that that is what's happening. And her top is not too long. Many rectangles and apple shapes wear tops that are too long. Now, only that part of Anel's legs are showing. The spectator looking at her thinks she has these short legs. So the shorter you dare to go apples and rectangles, please do that. It'll really enhance and flatter your shape. And especially because the hemline of this top is rounded, it draws my eye up and it actually creates the illusion of a waist. That is amazing that that top does that compared to a straight line that just takes your eye to that part where it is ending on the sides. That's what a line does. It takes your eye to where the line stops on both our body shapes. So now we're going to change it up a bit, and we're still going to wear the so-called unflattering piece, the white pants, the white top, but by just actually balancing out our proportions and readjusting what you're seeing, you're going to see what a big difference it makes if we both wear light colored shoes. I'm going to wear a looser top, and then Anel's going to put a jacket on as well. Horizontal lines, vertical lines, I'll explain it when you see what we do. And now we are wearing our white items in ways that are flattering on our body shapes. So I've still got a dark top on that makes smaller, but it's loose fitting. So it adds a bit of bulk to my smaller rib cage. And then as you can see, you can immediately see the difference if I do that, how much larger my thighs look. And when I just add that oversized bulky top, it balances out my proportions. You see what a huge difference the lighter shoes make to my legs. They don't chop off my legs anymore. And then I can do a side tuck here and show a bit of my belt, and immediately that adds a bit of shape. If there's a line, diagonal line that comes here across with your tops, it's very flattering. And the same with Anel. Anel's wearing her same white top, but with lighter jeans, with a stone wash on the leg that adds a bit of bulk, and thus balancing her upper body. And again, pointy shoes in snakeskin in a light color, so the pointy shoes draw out your eye. As we look at her, her legs appear even longer, and because they're in a lighter color. A dark shoe that's pointy will do the same, a little bit less than a lighter shoe, but it will also elongate. And then she's half tuck, and look at the difference. There's more shape to Anel's body. And look at that line, that curvy line, it creates a waist. So be careful, don't always think you're hiding by wearing a longer top and letting it hang out. As you can see here, it's actually much more flattering to half tuck that top and to create a curvy line that also draws the attention to her flat thighs that are her asset, where if I do a side tuck or even a front tuck, it'll draw the attention again to my waist. And then I'll just leave it a bit loose so that I can balance out my proportions. We both have V necklines that are super flattering. Our sleeves are 3/4 and just below the elbow that are also flattering if you want to hide your arms. So these are some of the lines that you need to consider when getting dressed. Anel and I are wearing the same dress here. So it is a straight dress. And it's working great on her shape because of her straight lines. If you see me in real life, you can see every reach, every bump, every contour. It's a t-shirt fabric, and it's not great on a pear-shaped body or on an hourglass, even if that hourglass has a bit of a tummy here. It's much better if the fabric is thicker, but it works great on Anel's frame. It is so flattering. We both are wearing lighter shoes that are flattering as well. Note the lines of the shoe. They actually elongate our legs. And then we'd like to show you when she adds a denim jacket, how those two vertical lines coming down here breaks up her body in 3 parts and just is so much more flattering than the dress on its own. which creates a bit of a block, but it follows the lines of her body, so it works. And as you can see now, that just adds something to the outfit. And now her body is broken up into this part, that last part. And that is actually such a good trick to use extra vertical lines. I am going to add a belt now to this dress. This dress is actually too big for me. I just want to show you. And how shapeless I look. As you could see now, the minute I pull in the waist, there's my shape. Now, I don't have any shape. So it's so important to follow the lines of the body, especially in a dress. As you can see, we both add belts to the same dress, and it makes a huge difference. My belt in the lighter color draws out your eye, and I can afford it around here, that your eye is drawn out. And that's why Anel's wearing a dark belt. So it does clinch in her waist, but because it's a darker color, it doesn't draw the eye out around here, where she does not want your eye to be drawn out. So just remember, the lighter the color, the more it'll widen, draw the eye out. We want our feet to be drawn out and our legs looking longer. So that's why we're wearing tan shoes, or we can even wear stone colored shoes. It'll work great and it'll look great. Just be aware of the little tips and tricks that you can use to enhance your shape, flatter your shape, and understand the lines of your body. Here you see us in our wrap dresses. So different styles, different lengths, both very flattering. So my wrap dress puts the emphasis on my thinner waist. With pear-shaped legs, it's always good if the dress ends just below the knee, as you can see here, and not above the knee. And with lighter color shoes that are open on top of my foot, all of this works together. The V neckline that the wrap forms. We both have strappy tops underneath because we both have a full bust. That's also a line that we must consider. The more open the neckline, the smaller our bust. A higher neckline enlarges your bust. So Anel's wrap is perfect for her shape, seeing that it puts the emphasis just below her bust, which is her thin part of her rib cage. And the beautiful flare of the skirt, do as a twill with pockets. It's just so feminine and flattering. This is a real princess dress, where mine is a bit more classic. Our different lines. So mine is just a bit lower because that is my small part still as well. Anel's line is higher. Very important to consider on a rectangle and an apple shape to keep that line higher. The darker the color, the more flattering. Again, if it's white or light, it's going to widen. It's going to enlarge a little bit. So just keep that in mind. This is actually our most flattering outfits and look regarding color and style. And remember, we're definitely not only wearing neutral colors. Hey, Anel. Anel loves red and a pink brooch and teal, and I love boho styles, and we both have different styles. So this is just to teach you shape. For a pear-shaped body, also hourglasses, if there's emphasis on the waist, like my top here that draws in around the waist, it's very flattering. It's a lighter color, so it adds a bit of bulk to my small frame here. And the dark fitted straight leg pants, very flattering, with a bit of a turn up to show my ankle, and light shoes. And then because there are subtle stripes, lines here on my top, it's very flattering, the line here, because it enlarges my shoulders, but the one here enlarges my bust, which is not that flattering. So the V that the necklace creates here again comes and just cuts my bust in half. I'm also wearing a dark strappy underneath, so that there's a seamless look going on throughout underneath. With Anel, she's wearing a beautiful navy silk top with a V-neck. Her necklace creates additional V. And then she's wearing dark leggings, so the dark monochromatic look throughout is slimming, and it creates a longer look, it elongates, with pointy shoes adding to that in a light color, drawing out the eye. And then she added her blazer, and even though it's light and a lighter color can widen, because of the dark monochromatic silhouette on the inside, it doesn't have that effect, and the two vertical lines are extremely flattering. Just remember, when you're dressing, what does the color do? What does the line do? This top is not too long. This top is not too long. So they're both flattering. And I hope that these tips and ideas help you with the additional looks that we're going to show you.